Welcome to the day in the life of bored teenagers. Now, we're here to show you how muscles work and what they do. Now, only one of us has more than 600 muscles. Who do you think it is?
Obviously, it's me.
No, it's me. I'm a lean, mean, muscular machine.
Actually, it says that all three of us have more than 600 muscles in our bodies. So no matter how it looks on the outside, we all have the same number of muscles on the inside.
Oh yeah, these muscles keep us moving and even let us do simple tasks like brush our teeth. Your biceps and triceps aren't the only muscles that are useful.
Also, it says that we have three types of muscles. We have smooth, cardiac, and skeletal.
Whatever. I have cardiac muscles. I have smooth muscles. What are these beautiful muscles right here?
Those are skeletal muscles.
Skeletal muscles are also called voluntary muscles. You decide when and how to move these. They don't move unless you make them move, and they're attached to your bones by tendons.
So altogether, bones, tendons, and muscles make your body powerful.
Exactly.
Power. Now we're talking.
Do you know that you can move your muscles whenever you want?
I do. Voluntary muscles are controlled by parts of the brain.
Like when you decide to move, the brain sends an electrical signal through the spine cord via nerves to the muscles, causing them to contract.
Oh yeah, I remember this from the 90 class with the wonderful Mrs.Gapper.
So it starts on a small scale with individual muscle fibers or myofibrils. Here, let me show you. So it starts with a small scale with the individual muscle fiber or myofibril. Calcium is released from the sarcoplasmic reticulum inside the muscle fiber. The tropomyosin is then lifted and myosin binding sites are open for myosin to bind to actin. The active site is exposed following the binding of calcium ions to tropophin. The myosin cross bridge forms and attaches to the exposed active site on the filaments. The attached myosin head pivots towards the center of the sarcomere, and ADP and phosphate group are released. This step used the energy that was stored in the myosin molecule at rest. The detached myosin head is reacted as it splits the ATP and captures the released energy. The entire cycle can now be repeated beginning with step 2. And that's the contraction cycle. See, Bryce?
Now I get it.
Let me see that.
Here, let me give you an example.
I think that would help.
Skeletal muscle is made up of thousands of parallel muscle fibers. You could have 100,000 fibers in your bicep just alone. The fibers are made up of smaller protein filaments called myofibrils, and the myofibrils are made up of even smaller protein filaments called myosin and actin, as we learned previously. The sliding filament mechanism of muscle contraction describes how actin and myosin slide over each other, causing the myofibrils to shorten, which in turn causes the muscle fibers to contract.
That's it.
Skeletal muscle was named because it attaches to your bone in your skeleton. In fact, we're really just a bag of bones strung together by just muscles. Most of the skeletal muscle in our body crosses a joint and attaches to a bone. And when the muscle contracts or shortens, they pull on the bone and we move.
For example, your bicep muscle crosses your elbow joint, a hinge joint, and when it contracts, your elbow flexes. When you do bicep curls, your biceps pull on the bone in your forearm, your elbow bends, and you lift the weight. Biceps actually cross the shoulder joint too. The biceps couldn't bend if your arm wasn't a movable joint.